During a meeting of the Central Military Commission of China, Chinese President Xi Jinping ordered the PLA to be battle-ready and increase alertness. On the side note, India is Mulling to sell its cruise missile Brahmos to Brazil, Argentina and Chile. Chinese President Xi Jinping ordered the PLA to be battle-ready and increase alertness. He urged the military to improve their real combat capability through the training and accelerate and building of the new combat forces and the training system to further liberate and develop its combat capability, according to the CGTN. However, India-China getting ready battle in the borders, India is selling its prime jewel weapon, the Brahmos, to the Brazil. Brahmos, formed from the names of India's Brahmaputra river and the Moskva of Russia, is a supersonic cruise missile developed in the joint venture between the India's DRDO and Russian NPO. Brazil has been looking forward to buying the missile system to equip its under-construction nuclear attack submarines. Seeing the success of Brahmos, which is currently the only effectively operational supersonic anti-ship cruise missile in service, the country made its decision now. Following the India's app ban on Chinese apps, the Chinese companies have incurred a huge loss, with a projection of $6 billion just for one company, ByteDance. Besides, several Chinese companies have started to lay off their local workforces in India, a move which could be linked to New Delhi's decision to restrict the use of Chinese apps. Alibaba's subsidiary UC Browser has already shut down its services in the country, leading to the job cuts in the Gurugram and the Mumbai office. While these are going on, initial talks between India and Brazil already have begun regarding the acquisition of the Brahmos missile system. The pandemic is believed to have delayed the acquisition, according to the Financial Express. Even the South American nations such as Chile, Argentina and Venezuela are eyeing Brahmos. A Brazilian official was quoted saying, "Because the existing fleet of the submarines will undergo mid-life refit as well as capability enhancements, and these platforms can be a potential users for the Brahmos NG." Zhao Lijian, Beijing's foreign minister spokesperson, said, "For 4 times since June, India has imposed restriction on smartphone apps with the Chinese backgrounds under the pretext of national security." The state-owned Global Times of China also criticized India's move by stating that India's crackdown on the Chinese mobile apps appears to be signaling that the country's indulgence of protectionist mentality is spreading from low-end manufacturers to the technology sector. As India tried to hit hard on China, its military strategy is playing crucial for now for India. The Brahmos NG is intended to be a mini version of the existing Brahmos missile, being lighter and shorter while still having a range of about 300 kilometers. It would be India's premier air-to-surface missile and would arm most of its fighter fleet, which includes Su-30, LCA Tejas, MiG-29, MiG-29K and even the Dassault Rafale. Brazilian officials also said that the missile could arm the Gripen single-engine fighter aircraft of Brazil, giving them a superior firepower and strike capabilities. India's Brahmos missile indeed is one of the flagship offering of India for its export market, along with LCA Tejas Mk-1A fighter jet and LCA combat helicopters. So what do you think of China is getting battle ready to fight against India in the India-China border, and India is selling its crown jewel weapon Brahmos to other countries?
A week after the Chinese intrusion and the serious standoff in the Ladakh region, India's Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has visited Russia for an emergency meeting. And Japan is now targeting China to back off from Japanese island. The Minister of India is in Russia, convincing Russia to send all its equipment and spare parts of their tankers, Air Force jets, and Navy ships and submarines. Originally, it used to be arriving to India by ships. Now, India wants it by sending the equipment through the airways. Also, India wants S-400 system to be delivered to India as soon as possible. In fact, India's S-400 will be arriving on later 2020, but due to the uncertain situations around the globe, it was said to be arriving to India only on 2025. The S-400 deal is $5.2 billion worth. It will protect India's cities and borders, simultaneously targeting approaching till 400 to 600 kilometers. India wants to buy S-400 to put 3 on the Pakistan side and 2 on the Chinese side and 1 at the capital of India mostly. Already Chinese has purchased the S-400 in 2014 itself. It was delivered to China in 2018. Even though China has an S-400 of its own, India still not even gotten one. But India has an advantage against China by India's superior air force might on the Chinese border. As the serious standoff gone wrong for both the countries, military general talks are still going on. Both sides have deployed around 200,000 troops in the Indian-China border. While the tensions rising day by day, India, Russia and China meet their RIC summit thought to be delayed has been scheduled to June 23 now. As like the India, Japan is doing the same in Chinese-Japanese water. The Japanese government has begun legal process of the completion of integration of an island Senkakus chain that Beijing has for long set its eye on it. Though the Japan administered the island from 1972, China and Japan are still finding way to fully control the islands. The city council wants the bill to be passed to develop the island chain near Tokyo. China has said Japan has to abide by the law and to inherit it. Japan has said it is under the international law as the island chains belong to the Japanese historically. As already many Chinese Navy ships are increasing seen in the coast of Japan, Japan has warned the China it is extremely serious that the activities continues. We will respond to the Chinese side firmly and calmly. So what do you think? India urging to buy military equipment and spare parts from Russia now. Does India and China getting seriously to a battle or just a build-up? And Japan is also making the same as China against China in the Japanese territory. Will it force China to retreat?